city that I think everyone will have heard of, and for the lucky amongst you will have been able to visit. I've been a couple of times over the years. Most recently was, I think it was about 2018, which in my head doesn't seem that long ago, but it is 8 years. So today's city, country is Paris. This is the iconic Arc de Triomphe. I don't know how you can see that. So, the Arc de Triomphe, you'll find it in the western end of the Champs-Elysees, which is a long road. It's got lots of shops on it, and was built in 1806 following the Battle of, let me try and pronounce this correctly, Austerlitz, and was commissioned by Napoleon I. So it's effectively a memorial in honour of all the soldiers who fought in the Battle of Austerlitz. If you're going to Paris, this is a really good place to meet because it's in the middle of the city, effectively. It's right in the centre of the Place Charles de Gaulle, which is basically a massive roundabout. And off of it are 12 different roads, 12 different avenues. So this is the centre. So it's a good place. If you're ever lost, make this your meeting point. It's like all roads lead to the Arc de Triomphe. Back in the day, when I first went to Paris, I was only, I don't know, 11 or 12, and I think now it's got traffic lights and it's much more sophisticated when you travel around. Back in the day, it was just a free-for-all, so it was like 6 lanes of roundabout traffic just all going for it. It was absolute madness, but you could really kill some time just watching the cars go around and people trying to cross the road. It was terrifying but entertaining at the same time. But as I say, I don't think it's like that now. From memory, it's got traffic lights and it's all regulated now. But yeah, as I say, if you're ever lost, the Arc de Triomphe is a really, really good place to have as your sort of your backup meeting spot. Next, we have another icon of Paris. I feel like all the buildings in Paris are iconic monuments, but one that has been in the news relatively recently is Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame is not just where Quasimodo lives in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, for those amongst you who recognise it. It is a cathedral, and I didn't originally know this, but the building for this started in 1163, okay, and it took about 182 years to complete the build. So we're just shy of 200 years to build it. And in fairness, I can see why. It is a beautiful building, and inside is equally amazing. But you've got, this round window and all the arches and the detailing, and you've got all these figures here, and you've got gargoyles on the end, as seen in the Disney movie. So it is really beautiful. So I can see why it took so long, especially if the building started, in It's way worse than we thought. So it's been shut for a long time. It took more than 5 years to restore the damage, but it has now been restored. I know they were trying to get it done in time for the Paris Olympics, and I think they just missed it because it reopened in December 2024. So obviously the Olympics are in the summer. It's free to enter, but you do need to dress relatively modestly. It's not as strict as if you were going to like a mosque, but it is still a cathedral, so have something that comes down to your knees and cover your shoulders. Maybe no midriffs on show. It is still Paris after all, but moderate dress. And as I say, the inside, this is from pre the fire in 2018. The reflection's not great, but yeah, it's really, really lovely, really pretty. Dark, and I think I saw something online that said they've brightened it. It's not as dark as it used to be, which is kind of a shame because I really liked when it was dark. I haven't seen it since it's been restored, but I just love this kind of gloomy, gothic interior. It really matches the building from the external. The inside matched it really nicely, so I'll have to go back and see what it looks like now. But it is amazing. It's massive inside. You kind of forget. You see the front, and you're like, oh yeah, that's Notre Dame. You kind of forget it goes all the way back. It is massive, and yeah, it's free to enter, so well worth a visit. Now, many people will have heard Paris be described as the city of love. Personally, I've never found love in Paris, but one of the things that adds to this is Paris used to be covered, the bridges used to be covered in padlocks, love locks. So what people would do is they would bring a padlock, buy a padlock, you write yours and your sweetheart's name on it, and you clip it to the bridge. And it's really lovely. It's a nice idea. It's very sweet. If you ever return, you can try and find it again. It's a nice idea. The problem was, it got too heavy for the bridges. So in 2015, 45 tons worth of padlocks were removed. Now it sounds very sad, and this picture you can't really tell, but they didn't throw them away. So these are the original bridge railings, and you'll see back here there's another one, and then up here is another one. But we're on a pavement, we're not on a body of water. So they did keep them, they just moved them somewhere else. So they took the original railings of the bridges off, moved them somewhere else so they could be seen, and they've now replaced the railings on the bridges, but they've put sort of plexiglass in front, so people can't do this because it wasn't cheap to move everything. I don't know if they're still there, if you can still see the display. As I say, this was 2015, things got moved. I went in 2018, it's not that long after. We're now more than 10 years after things were changed. So I'd like to think it's still there because they were an icon of Paris, but you'll just have to go there and see for yourself if they're there or not. And then of course, keeping in theme, icons of Paris. This one, I know when I first went, I'd never heard of this before. It's the Sacré-Cœur. I think it's depending on your age if you've heard it or not, things like the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, we all know those, but the Sacré-Cœur, when I was a little girl, I didn't know anything about. So it was built in 1873. It's a Roman Catholic church, and it was consecrated in 1919. And it's lovely. It's right at the top of these tall steps. It's on a hill, and it really is a great place if you want a panoramic view of Paris. You do need to be careful, as is the case with every city. You get a lot of scams. I've seen one here where you literally paid like €5 for someone to put a bit of string around your wrist. It's not even got anything on it, it's just a plain red bit of string, and it's a fiver. So obviously keep an eye out for those, but if you want to go, especially on a nice day, it's really lovely, and you can look out all over Paris. It's right at the top of the city, and it's very pretty, and it's very pretty building itself anyway. I think the dome, it's something like 90 meters tall, it's big. It's a big building. You can go inside again, but of course, it's a church, so dress modestly for where you are. And even on a rainy day, you can see it's maybe starting to cloud over a little bit, so it's somewhere good to shelter from the rain as well. So as I say, that's the Sacré-Cœur. And then getting towards the end, get to the more recognisable things in Paris. It's as if the other things weren't recognisable enough. First is the Moulin Rouge. Here it is lit up at night. I've never seen the film Moulin Rouge, but those of you who have, there you go. There's the original building. So it was found in 1889, so it's been going a long time, and it's considered the birthplace of the modern can-can dance. That one. They also do world famous cabaret, and they put on 2 shows a night. I think one starts at about 9 p.m. and the other one about 11 p.m. They do want you to dress smart casual, and you can also have dinner there. You don't just have to go for a show, you can have dinner. I think you have to be over 18 because some of the outfits are a bit risque, shall we say. I've never been. I've been outside. I haven't been inside. I haven't seen a show. But I would love to go. They scout people, dancers from all over the world. I know you get quite a lot of. I saw a documentary, and there's quite a lot of Australian dancers. And from what I understood was that people from Moulin Rouge that put the show on, they go out into these other countries where other dance studios are, Australia being one of the places they go, and they find girls to dance in the show. So you'll get people from all over the world performing here. So it's really, really worth visiting, I think, and I'd love to go back. I'm a 45-minute flight from Paris. It's not far, so I'd really like to go, and I'd really like to see a show. I think it'd be really, really worthwhile. It's obviously a bit expensive, and as prices are increasing, it's more expensive now than it was then. I reckon you're probably looking around the €100 mark, £100 mark, but I think it would be money well spent, personally. And then to finish this video, the image that springs to mind when you think of the Eiffel Tower. Sorry, when you think of Paris, is the Eiffel Tower. That's all I think of when someone says Paris. So it was designed by a man called Gustav Eiffel, funnily enough, named the tower after himself. And it's got this kind of fabulous iron lattice almost, crisscrossing all the way to the top. You've got the 4 feet and it goes up into a point. It almost looks like it's bent. It's like a real, it's not, obviously it's pointy, but it's not a sharp edge. It's a really nice, this angle anyway, it gives a nice curve. It's a very aesthetically pleasing building to look at. If you live under a rock and you don't recognise this building, you might recognise it if you've ever been to Tokyo. There is a building in Tokyo, it's orange and white, very similar design, smaller. That was built in the 50s, the late 50s. This was built in 1889, and the tower in Tokyo is inspired off of this. And if you really don't know what that one is either, if you have emojis on your phone, there's a little tower emoji. Looks like the Eiffel Tower, but it's the wrong colour. It is the Tokyo Tower. So, if you're Gen Z, look for the emoji. But yes, this was built in 1889. It stands 330 metres tall. It's got 3 floors. It's not free to go up, you do have to pay. I've only been to the 2nd floor because the weather was bad and they shut the top floor. So do keep that in mind. If there's bad weather, you can't go up all the way. If it's really bad weather, they won't let you up at all. Especially, this part especially, so it's all exposed. It's not enclosed. I think there's a restaurant up there somewhere, but otherwise you're open to the elements. You can take either the stairs or the lift to get up. I remember when I went, we took the lift up, and when it got to the 2nd floor, the lift didn't stop. It just kept doing this for about 2 or 3 minutes, which when you're in a heavy lift high up is quite scary. But thankfully we were fine, got out, and then they shut the lift because the lift broke down. So we had to get the stairs down. If you have a problem with heights, don't do it, especially on the stairs, because the stairs are in the same fashion. They're open, they're exposed to the elements. Iron lattice, you can see through the floor. It's quite hard to get your eyes to concentrate on the steps, so if you're afraid of heights, don't do this. And even the lift, it's, you're right on the edge of the building, so it is nerve-wracking, but so it's something to keep in mind. But even if you don't want to go up it, it's really lovely to sit underneath it at night. As you'll see, there's these sort of white lights. It sparkles at night. I think it's on the hour. It sparkles, and it's it's surrounded by greenery. It's kind of in a park, and you've got people selling ice cream and snacks. When I was there was some people having a picnic. They had some wine. There was a saxophone player in the background. It was really beautiful, really lovely. But if you don't want to go out, there are 1,000 buildings that you can see the Eiffel Tower from. If you're really lucky, you'll see it from your hotel room. It's a central building in Paris, so you'll see it from everywhere. But I recommend going at the very least to the foot of it, even if you don't go up. It's a really nice thing to experience. It doesn't just have to be at night. You can go all day. Obviously during the day it looks very different, but it's full of people, so do be aware. Things like pickpockets and stuff, but yeah, it's a really lovely building, really beautiful building. And just in general, Paris is French maybe have this reputation of being a bit snooty. You can get that, but then I found that all over the world. There are places I've been where that isn't a reputation, and it still happens. So it's really lovely. The people are nice. The food is amazing. I think I ate some kind of pastry every single day. They're delicious. So if you ever get the chance, definitely put Paris on your bucket list. I mean, there's other places in France that are equally beautiful, but Paris is the capital. It's easy to get to. Air France fly there direct. That's their hub, so even if you're going via France to get somewhere, you'll stop in Paris first. So, very accessible city, very beautiful city.